Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be joined by Leslie Lucy, the owner and founder of Orange Tree Christian Preschools. Leslie, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. Let's go back in time a little bit. How does one become the founder of a preschool? How did you get started? What inspired you to start a preschool?
I didn't expect at age 35 that I would completely change careers. I was a surgical assistant for 16 years, and I realized that I was not fulfilling my calling in life. It wasn't my dream to do that, although I loved my job. It was a nice career. I knew that I felt there was something missing. So what I did is I really did some soul searching. I felt like, there's something more to life than just working. And so after hearing a sermon at church from Bruce Wilkinson, who wrote the book, The Dream Giver, I started looking at what is my dream? What am I good at? What are my natural talents and gifting? And I realized from a young age, I have always loved taking care of children, and I have a natural gift for it. And so when I started pursuing that, I realized, I definitely need to be in this field of work. So I started back at college at age 35 with 3 children. I started doing home daycare to pay the bills. And it kind of took off from there. And it didn't take long for me to realize that I actually had a calling to do something more than just care for children. So that was fun. It's been a fun 20-year journey.
That is absolutely incredible. So you started with a few children, and then how did that grow to the point where you literally have, a school and a building and staff and all of that? Well,
what happened was I put together a 1-year teaching system, and I soon realized that there's some really important developmental milestones that children need to meet. Parents will be able to relate to when you take your child to their 2-year-old checkup. The doctor always asks, did they crawl? Did they walk, stand? Then did they walk, and did they do it in that order? And what that means is that children have to develop in a predictable way in order for their body and their abilities to function properly. And so it goes on from there, from birth to 6. All of the developmental milestones are very easily identified. It's just that people don't know what they are. And so the teaching system that we have just identifies all of the milestones that the children need to reach, and it puts it into a system so that they are effectively learning those skills. And in order for them to master those skills, they have to practice. And so our whole teaching system is designed to support children's natural ability to learn and grow through a tried and true system.
That is absolutely incredible. I love that you built a process around getting to those milestones in the best way possible. When you had 3 kids in your house, how did you say, I mean, I get that you said, hey, at these visits, we were asked about these milestones. How did that turn into, I'm going to build a system to get them there?
Well, I knew when I was teaching children, I know instinctively. It's part of my natural gifting is I know what children need. I can be in a room with a child for 5 minutes and I know exactly what they need. So that's just part of my gifting. So as I was learning and going to school, I was learning why we do all of the things that I already do naturally. And then when I got out of school and went on to teaching at a church, so I started my pilot program in 2000 and early 2000s. I realized that other preschools weren't doing it the way that I knew it needed to be done. And that's where the whole calling to change the way we do preschool really was birthed out of that realization. I looked at what was happening in the preschool world, and it really was hit and miss about what your child is going to learn. You know, if you have a great teacher, your child's going to learn a lot. If the teacher, you know, isn't that great, you're going to spend a year of your child's formidable years, really important year, because they all are, and they're not going to be getting equipped with the skills that they need. And I thought that can't continue. I just feel like I need to be the one to tell people this is happening and you don't know it, you know, and I need to tell people your child needs to learn these things. And so I'm very passionate about it, maybe sometimes a little bit annoyingly passionate about it. But that's, you know, that's my calling, is to tell people about the importance of their child's growth and development at these early years, during these early years, so that they will be set up for success in life.
That makes a lot of sense. And that is absolutely beautiful. Talk a little bit about when you decided to go from, okay, you went to this, you went through schooling, this is my calling. How does that turn into, I'm going to start a official preschool, not just, let's say, watching kids out of my house part-time?
Right. Well, you know, it's all a learning process. And, you know, any entrepreneur will tell you, I learned 150 ways how not to do something, right? So, you know, I kid myself about being a slow learner. But it took me a long time to, you know, really to realize that there is a very simple way to ensure that every child's growth and developmental needs are met. And the model has to make business sense. And it's a lot more work to do what I'm proposing to do. So how do you hire teachers when the industry standard is an 18-year-old teacher with 4 college classes? That's our California requirement. So the other preschools can hire that level of quality care and put them in a room with 12 children and then let the children play, and then the teacher will, if a child wants to learn something, the teacher will facilitate that desire. So that system is what we have in place right now. And the children are happy because, in essence, they're doing whatever they want to do. They're not being stretched or pushed to do things that maybe they're not really good at. They just are happy. And so that's what I'm competing with. So I have to hire college graduates who are willing to work really, really hard at a very low pay. So how do I make that?
That's one heck of a sales proposition.
How do I make that how do I make that work? So this is what I figured out. We go into churches who have empty classrooms Monday through Friday, and we use that empty space because they're just using it on the weekends. So we can save money there by just using resources that are unused. So then we set up the classroom strategically so that we're all working as a team, and the whole system is very uniquely orchestrated to function like a well-oiled machine. And it takes a lot. It took me 20 years to figure out how to do this. But now that we have perfected the system and it's reproducible, we can go into churches and we can set up shop and be able to provide a superior learning experience for the children at almost the same cost as what the families are paying at the other child-centered developmental daycare centers.
That is absolutely incredible. How have you grown over the years? How have you marketed that? How have you gotten that different message out to parents?
So interesting that you asked that. My focus is not usually on being in front of people and trying to market and trying to, I'm not the best business person. I'll just admit that, because my passion is with the children. But this is something that I need to tell people about. And so that, that's why I'm really thankful that I have the opportunity to share with you today, what I've been working on for so long, because people need to know.
Absolutely. What you've been quite successful in terms of getting that message out. What's your biggest challenge now?
I would just say, letting people know. I can tell one person every single day as I'm doing a tour, but letting the churches know, letting the parents know, letting the communities know. Every tour that I give, I educate the parents on the different teaching styles. And we've got child-centered developmental, we've got Montessori, and then I have coined the phrase teacher directed, and that's the Orange Tree way. We teach like a kindergarten classroom from age 18 months, and we just skills train them from the very beginning. As soon as they get their free will, and they say no, it's usually right around 18 months. That's when we start training them. And the Bible verse on the back of their uniform t-shirt says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And that is what we're doing, is we're training them for life. We're teaching them how to live and how to love. And so anybody that will help me get that message out, I will be very thankful for.
That makes a lot of sense. Your passion is obvious. You've referred to it as well. What do you like best about what you're doing?
I love that we're changing lives for the better. These kids, I look at them. We did a worship concert with Jenna Lyra, who is a children's worship singer. And just a couple weeks ago, we did a concert where she came and she invites the kids up and we're singing, and one little girl gets up there and Jana passes her the microphone, and she knows every word to all the songs, and she's just confident and she's singing. And I looked at her that day and I knew that because of the Orange Tree teaching system, she is going to be so successful in her life. She is completely equipped in every area, mind, body, spirit, and community, to go out there and live her own dream, her own calling, her own purpose in life. And that's what gives me the most satisfaction, is we're doing that not just for some kids, but we're doing it consistently for every child who goes through our program.
That is absolutely incredible. For our folks who are watching and listening, who want to learn more, I know your time's incredibly valuable. We greatly appreciate you spending some of it with us. Where is Orange Tree, and where can they go to learn more?
www.orangetreechristianpreschool.com is our website. And should I also give the telephone number?
You can give away the telephone number. And where physically are you?
In Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, and we're looking for our next location in Irvine, Orange County, California.
Congratulations. And sure, if you want to disclose the phone number, you are more than welcome.
949-458-1382. And yeah, give us a call.
All right. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. This has been Seth Greene with Leslie Lucy from the Orange Tree Christian Preschool. Leslie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Seth. Have a great day.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening. We'll talk to you or see you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.